you are not the only one who's so worried about their HSK exam that they stay up till 2 a.m. the night before, or who's worried about not passing the exam at all. To make it easier to pass HSK, why not use manifestation? I put together this routine with specific affirmations that helps you manifest passing HSK, any level you want. I'm 2-2 by the way, and I passed HSK 4 and 5 already. Why does this routine make sense and work? There are 2 specific reasons for that. The first reason is that it combines a few of manifestation methods. So the SATs, the state akin to sleep, affirming, as well as subliminals. But it's fairly easy to incorporate it into your daily life. You should be able to stick to this routine. However, before I dive into the juicy details about how this routine actually looks like, I just want to preface that if you combine this manifestation routine with studying, like actually studying for Chinese, you will get quicker results. So we start in the mornings, right? Hopefully you had a full night of sleep, but either way, you wake up in the morning, and what I want you to do is to put the phone away. Even if your alarm clock is on your phone, I know mine is, try to put the phone away and just choose a focus point somewhere in your room, like the ceiling, for example. If you just like lay down, maybe you have your eyes closed still. If you're scared of falling asleep again, then best to not do that. We don't want you to come too late to work or class, but focus somewhere in your room, like look at the ceiling, or if you're lying on the side, you can look at the wall, and then say these 5 affirmations out loud while you just focus on this one point that you chose. Let me explain exactly why these affirmations. I chose them specifically because they target 2 things. So you basically have umbrella affirmations, like the manifestation is easy for me. So you target overall manifesting skills, but then you also have the very specific affirmations for HSK. So these affirmations combine general manifestation skills with specific Chinese affirmations. If you don't like any of these affirmations for some reason, you are free to choose different ones. But I personally chose these because I think they target the main things that you want to focus on when manifesting to pass the Chinese exam. So we have our 5 affirmations. You're laying in bed, you have a focus point, you say these out loud, and you do that twice. And start your day with these affirmations in mind. Then you go about your day normally, like brushing your teeth or preparing breakfast. But while you do that, or rather, before you start doing these things, I want you to put on a subliminal that you just listen to in the background while you brush your teeth or whatever you do in the mornings. Specifically, I want you to put on a subliminal that is targeting Chinese skills or the HSK exam. I have 2 of these on my channel, so feel free to check those out. Usually the next thing would be to go to school or work, wherever you need to go, right? If you feel up to it, you can continue these affirmations in your head. You can say them in your mind, or you can listen to a subliminal while you're on a train. But if you would rather listen to music or nothing at all, then that's also fine. But what I want you to keep in mind is that throughout the day, whenever you think about HSK or Chinese, say an affirmation in your head, or write it down if you want, whatever works for you. But when HSK pops up in your head, keep affirming. If you like this routine so far, then make sure to hit the like button as well. Later on, when you arrived at home and you start cooking dinner, keep affirming while you cook dinner. Keep affirming while you put on your pajamas or whatever. Basically, whenever you have free time, where you do things that are not very mentally challenging or you don't have to think a lot, you can just play these 5 affirmations that I mentioned at the beginning of the video in your head, like in a loop. Keep on affirming. And then in the evening, after you regained your energy from dinner, you can sit down and start studying Chinese, like looking at vocab for HSK or some grammar of Chinese, like the le, for example. And then while you study, if you need motivation, you can put on a study with me video. I have these types of videos on my channel as well, like a study with me and a work with me. So if you feel like you need some motivation to actually sit down at your desk and study a bit, then you can put on one of those videos, and while you're at it, open another tab and put on a subliminal that you listen to in the background. This way you get the motivation, you study Chinese, but you also get the benefit of manifestation. And then again, when you're doing your nighttime routine, like brushing your teeth, getting ready for bed, keep affirming in your head. The 5 affirmations that I mentioned in the beginning, just loop them in your head throughout the day. Therefore, the very, very last thing I want you to do is before you fall asleep, so you're already laying in bed, you have your eyes closed, I want you to repeat the 5 affirmations from the beginning in your head yet again until you actually fall asleep. So you fall asleep with the affirmation that you will pass HSK and that you're great at manifesting and so on. In your head, you will fall asleep with that. And basically you keep this routine going on for however long you want, however long you think you might need it, or just until you actually have the HSK exam or your Chinese exam. So just to recap, keep affirming whenever you have the time. Do it in the mornings and in the evenings until you fall asleep. Throughout the day, listen to subliminals, like when you brush your teeth, and just whenever you think about Chinese exams or the HSK exam or something in that direction, loop the affirmations from the beginning in your head. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see each other maybe in the next video.